Across the northern half of a great continent lies a land of astonishing scale and variety. This is Canada. It is a realm defined by its vast open spaces and its breathtaking natural beauty. From one coast to the other, it stretches across 6 time zones, a distance so immense it can be difficult to comprehend. Here, nature operates on a truly colossal scale. We often picture its most famous scenes, the jagged, snow-capped peaks of the Rocky Mountains piercing the sky, or the thunderous roar of Niagara Falls, where immense volumes of water plunge into a misty abyss. These are the images that have captured the world's imagination, drawing millions to witness their power and grandeur firsthand. They are the grand orchestral movements in Canada's symphony of landscapes. But beyond these well-known spectacles, there is another Canada. It is a quieter, more subtle world, full of hidden wonders waiting to be discovered. It is a land of ancient secrets, whispered on the winds that sweep across remote badlands, where the bones of dinosaurs lie buried beneath layers of time. It is found in the emerald glow of a hidden grotto, where sunlight filters through impossibly clear turquoise waters. It lives in the deep, primeval silence of a coastal rainforest, where giant trees, centuries old, are draped in moss and stand as silent witnesses to the passage of time. This is a Canada that reveals itself not to the casual glance, but to the patient and curious observer who seeks to look beyond the familiar postcard views. This journey is an exploration of both Canadas, the iconic and the intimate. We will travel from the thundering heart of its most famous landmarks to the quiet pulse of its most secluded corners. We will witness the grand drama of nature's power and the delicate intricacies of its hidden ecosystems. This is a story of contrast and connection, of landscapes that shout their majesty from the mountaintops and others that murmur their secrets in sheltered coves. It is a testament to a country so vast and diverse that it can contain multitudes, offering endless opportunities for discovery and an ever-present sense of awe for the natural world in all its forms. To truly understand this place, one must embrace its duality. One must stand in reverence before the sheer force of a waterfall that shakes the very ground, and also kneel to examine the delicate frost flowers that bloom on a frozen window pane in the deep of winter. It is this capacity for both immense power and subtle beauty that defines the Canadian landscape. It is a land that challenges our perceptions and expands our sense of what is possible. It invites us not just to see, but to feel, not just to visit, but to connect with a spirit of wilderness that is both powerful and profoundly peaceful, ancient and ever-changing. Our journey begins with the Titans, the natural monuments that have become synonymous with Canada itself. We look to the west, where the Rocky Mountains rise from the plains like a great stone wall. These are young mountains, geologically speaking, their peaks sharp and dramatic, sculpted by millennia of ice and wind. Here, turquoise lakes like Lake Louise and Moraine Lake lie cradled in their valleys, their startling color a result of rock flour suspended in the glacier-fed waters. It is a landscape of superlatives, where everything feels larger than life. Grizzly bears roam the forests, and golden eagles soar on thermal updrafts, masters of this vertical world. It is a place that reminds us of the raw, untamed power that continues to shape our planet. Moving eastward, the land flattens into the vast, open expanse of the prairies. For days, the horizon is a perfectly straight line, stretching endlessly under a sky so big it feels like a dome. This is Canada's breadbasket, a sea of wheat and canola that ripples in the wind, changing from vibrant green in spring to a brilliant gold in late summer. It may seem simple at first glance, but this landscape has its own profound beauty. It is a land of subtle shifts in light, of dramatic thunderstorms that roll in with breathtaking speed, and of sunsets that paint the entire sky in fiery hues. The prairies teach a lesson in patience and perspective, revealing their quiet majesty to those who take the time to watch and listen. Further east still, we arrive at one of the world's most famous natural wonders, Niagara Falls. Here, the combined flow of the Great Lakes is funneled into a narrow gorge, creating a spectacle of astonishing force. The sound is a constant, deafening roar, and a permanent cloud of mist rises from the churning basin, drenching everything in its vicinity. Standing at the brink, one feels the immense, relentless energy of the water as it pours over the edge. It is a raw display of nature's power, a reminder that even in a developed world, some forces remain untamable. For centuries, it has inspired awe and wonder, a pilgrimage site for those seeking to witness the sublime. Finally, our tour of the icons takes us to the Atlantic coast. Here, the landscape is shaped by the relentless rhythm of the ocean. In places like Nova Scotia's Cabot Trail or Newfoundland's Grosmorn National Park, ancient cliffs plunge dramatically into the sea. The coastline is a rugged tapestry of rocky headlands, secluded coves, and colourful fishing villages that cling to the shore. Icebergs, great mountains of ancient ice, drift down from Greenland in the spring, silent and majestic visitors from the Arctic. This is a land and a people shaped by the sea, its bounty, its beauty, and its unforgiving power. It is a fitting end to our survey of Canada's grandest stages. Beyond the famous landmarks, a different kind of magic awaits. On the Pacific coast of British Columbia lies a realm that feels like a portal to another time, the Great Bear Rainforest. This is one of the world's last great temperate rainforests, a place of profound silence and ancient life. Giant cedars and Sitka spruce, some over 1,000 years old, form a dense canopy that filters the light, creating a cathedral-like atmosphere on the forest floor. Everything is covered in a thick blanket of moss, ferns, and lichens. This is the home of the elusive spirit bear, a rare white subspecies of the black bear, held sacred by the local First Nations. It is a living, breathing testament to the importance of preserving our planet's oldest ecosystems. In stark contrast, we travel to the heart of Alberta, to a landscape that seems to belong on another planet. The Alberta Badlands, particularly in Dinosaur Provincial Park, are a surreal world of wind-sculpted hoodoos, deep canyons, and multicolored layers of sediment. It is a dry, stark environment, yet it is teeming with life and history. This region is one of the richest dinosaur fossil locales in the world. With every rainfall, the soft rock erodes, sometimes revealing the bones of creatures that walked this land over 75 million years ago. Walking through these coulees feels like stepping back into a prehistoric age, a tangible connection to a deep and distant past. Hidden away on the shores of Lake Huron in Ontario is another of nature's secrets, the grotto at Bruce Peninsula National Park. Carved by thousands of years of waves, this is a stunning sea cave with an underwater tunnel. On a sunny day, the light filters through the opening, illuminating the water from below and turning it a brilliant, almost unbelievable shade of turquoise. It is a magical, secluded spot that feels like a discovery from a fantasy novel. Reaching it requires a hike through dense forest, which makes the final reveal of its crystalline waters all the more rewarding. The grotto is a small, perfect jewel, a reminder that nature's most enchanting creations are often tucked away, off the beaten path. Far to the north, in the Yukon and Northwest Territories, lie mountain ranges that few will ever see. The Tombstone Mountains, with their jagged, black granite peaks, offer a vision of raw, untouched wilderness. There are no roads here, only vast expanses of tundra, alpine lakes, and dramatic, serrated ridges. This is a landscape shaped by the harsh realities of the Arctic, beautiful and unforgiving in equal measure. It is a place where one can truly feel the immense scale of the North and the profound sense of solitude that comes with it. These hidden sanctuaries, from ancient forests to Arctic peaks, are the quiet soul of Canada, offering a deeper, more intimate connection to the wild. While its wilderness is vast, the heart of modern Canada beats strongest in its cities. These are not just concrete jungles, they are vibrant, dynamic centers of human life. where modernity and history live side by side. Cities like Toronto, Vancouver, and Montreal are defined by their gleaming skylines, with towers of glass and steel that reach for the clouds. They are hubs of innovation, commerce, and art, where the pace of life is fast and the energy is palpable. But even here, nature is never far away. Vancouver is framed by mountains and ocean. Toronto is built on the shores of a great lake, and Montreal is centered around its own mountain, Mont Royal, a green oasis in the urban core. The true character of these cities, however, is found in their neighborhoods. Canada is one of the most multicultural countries on Earth, and its cities are a living testament to this diversity. Walking through Toronto's Kensington Market, Montreal's Plateau, or Vancouver's Commercial Drive is like taking a trip around the world. You can hear dozens of languages spoken on a single street, an everyday symphony of global voices. These neighborhoods are mosaics of culture, where immigrant communities have recreated a piece of their homeland, sharing their traditions, their music, and, most deliciously, their food. It is here that the Canadian experiment of multiculturalism comes to life in its most vibrant and authentic form. Celebration is woven into the fabric of city life. Throughout the year, parks and streets come alive with festivals that celebrate this rich cultural tapestry. There is the explosive color and energy of Caribbean carnivals, the dazzling lights of Diwali celebrations, and the joyous festivities of Lunar New Year parades. In winter, cities like Quebec and Ottawa embrace the cold with spectacular winter carnivals, featuring ice sculptures, skating, and warm treats. These events are more than just parties. They are powerful expressions of community and identity, moments when people from all backgrounds come together to share in a collective experience of joy and belonging. This cultural fusion finds its most accessible expression in food. The Canadian culinary scene is a direct reflection of its population, diverse, inventive, and constantly evolving. You can start your day with a Montreal bagel, have Vietnamese po for lunch, and enjoy an Ethiopian platter for dinner, all within a few city blocks. Beyond traditional cuisines, a new generation of chefs is creating a distinctly Canadian food identity, one that blends global influences with local, seasonal ingredients, from wild-caught Pacific salmon to foraged mushrooms and prairie grains. The cities are where Canada's global identity is tasted, celebrated, and shared, one delicious meal at a time. Perhaps nothing defines the Canadian experience more than the dramatic and distinct changing of the seasons. Each one brings a profound transformation to the landscape, the wildlife, and the way people live. Spring arrives as a welcome release from the grip of winter. The first sign is the sound of melting ice, a trickle that soon becomes a torrent, swelling rivers and awakening waterfalls. In the forests, tiny green buds appear on bare branches, and wildflowers like the trillium carpet the woodland floor. It is a time of renewal and rebirth. Migratory birds return in their millions, filling the air with song, and animals emerge from hibernation, their young taking their first tentative steps into a fresh, new world. Summer is a season of abundance and long sunlit days. The country bursts into a riot of green, from the lush forests of the east to the verdant river valleys of the west. Lakes and rivers, once frozen, now invite swimming, canoeing, and fishing. Life moves outdoors as Canadians take full advantage of the warm weather. It is a time of incredible activity in the natural world. In the oceans, whales migrate along the coasts to feed in the rich, cool waters. On land, bears feast on berries, and vast herds of caribou move across the tundra. It is a brief but glorious season of growth and vitality, a time to soak in the energy of the sun. Then comes autumn, a season of spectacular beauty. In eastern Canada, the forests undergo a breathtaking transformation. The leaves of maple, birch, and oak trees turn from green to a dazzling array of brilliant reds, vibrant oranges, and glowing yellows. The crisp, cool air and the fiery colors create a landscape that is both beautiful and poignant, a final, glorious display before the onset of winter. This is also a time of great migration. Monarch butterflies begin their incredible journey south to Mexico, and vast flocks of geese and ducks fill the sky, their calls echoing across the marshes. It is a season of preparation and transition. Winter transforms Canada into a world of white and silence. A thick blanket of snow covers the land, muffling sound and reshaping the landscape into soft sculptural forms. While some animals hibernate, others are perfectly adapted to the cold. The snowy owl, a ghostly predator, hunts over the frozen fields, and the hardy moose plows through deep snow to find food. For people, winter is a time to embrace the cold. It is a season of ice skating on frozen canals, skiing down mountain slopes, and watching the ethereal dance of the northern lights in the clear, frigid night sky. Each season in Canada is a world unto itself, a complete and powerful chapter in the country's endless natural story. To truly grasp the scale of Canada, one must venture north. Here, beyond the tree line, lies the Arctic. This is a vast and formidable realm, a landscape of ice, rock, and boundless tundra that stretches to the top of the world. It is a place of extremes, where the sun does not set in summer and does not rise in winter. The sheer emptiness of the landscape can be overwhelming, a horizon that seems to go on forever, broken only by low rolling hills or the distant gleam of a frozen sea. This is one of the last great wildernesses on Earth, a place where nature's power is absolute and human presence feels small and temporary. Yet, this seemingly barren land is home to a remarkable array of wildlife, creatures that have evolved extraordinary adaptations to survive in one of the harshest environments on the planet. The polar bear, the undisputed king of the Arctic, roams the sea ice hunting for seals. Herds of muskoxen with their shaggy coats huddle together for warmth against the bitter winds. In the frigid waters, narwhals, the unicorns of the sea, navigate through channels in the ice, while massive bowhead whales, who can live for over 200 years, filter tiny crustaceans from the water. Life here is a constant struggle, a testament to the incredible resilience of the animal kingdom. For thousands of years, this land has also been home to people. The Inuit are the original inhabitants of the Arctic, a culture deeply and inextricably linked to this environment. Their traditional knowledge, passed down through generations, has allowed them to thrive in a place that would seem impossible to outsiders. They understand the subtle signs of the weather, the movements of the sea ice, and the behavior of the animals they depend on. Today, Inuit communities are a blend of ancient tradition and modern life, but their connection to the land and the sea remains the core of their identity, a powerful example of human adaptation and cultural endurance. The Arctic is not a static, frozen museum. It is a dynamic and changing environment, and today it is changing faster than anywhere else on Earth. The warming climate is causing the sea ice to melt at an alarming rate, threatening the entire ecosystem and the way of life that depends on it. The future of the polar bear, the seal, and the Inuit hunter are all tied to the fate of the ice. The Arctic serves as a powerful and urgent reminder of our planet's fragility. Its stark beauty and its vulnerability challenge us to consider our impact and to protect these vital, pristine places for the generations to come. Throughout this immense and varied country, there is a common thread that weaves everything together, the profound and enduring connection between the land and its people. This relationship is as old as the first humans who walked this continent and as new as the latest immigrant to gaze upon the Rocky Mountains for the first time. It is a bond forged in the deep cold of winter, in the long, bright days of summer, and in the shared experience of living within such a powerful and dominant natural world. This connection is fundamental to the Canadian identity, a quiet understanding that the land shapes the people as much as the people shape the land. This relationship is most deeply understood by Canada's Indigenous peoples, First Nations, Inuit and Métis. For millennia, Their cultures, languages, and spiritual beliefs have been intricately woven into the landscapes they call home. The land is not a resource to be exploited. It is a relative, a provider, and a sacred teacher. It is a living library of stories, a place of ceremony, and the foundation of their identity. From the Haida Gwaii on the Pacific coast to the Mi'kmaq territory on the Atlantic, this deep reciprocal relationship with the earth offers a vital perspective, one of respect, stewardship, and sustainability that holds important lessons for all of us. For those who came later from every corner of the globe, the landscape has also played a crucial role in shaping their new identity. For early settlers, it was a force to be overcome, a wilderness to be tamed. But over time, that relationship of struggle has often softened into one of reverence and appreciation. The vastness of the country, its wildness and its beauty, have become sources of national pride. The shared experience of a cross-country drive, a camping trip in a provincial park, or simply enduring a long winter creates a common bond that transcends cultural backgrounds. The land becomes the shared ground upon which a diverse nation is built. Today, this connection finds expression in a growing awareness of our responsibility to protect these natural spaces. Canadians are increasingly recognizing that the health of their land and waters is directly linked to their own well-being. This has given rise to a strong conservation movement, a collective effort to preserve wilderness, protect endangered species, and ensure that the natural wonders we have explored can be experienced by future generations. The relationship between land and people in Canada is an ongoing story, one of learning, adapting, and striving to live in balance with the extraordinary natural heritage that defines this nation. There is a certain spirit that infuses this land, a feeling that is hard to name but is instantly recognizable to anyone who has spent time here. It is a spirit born of vastness, of solitude, and of resilience. You can feel it in the deep silence of a snow-covered forest, where the only sound is the crunch of your own footsteps. You can see it in the determined flight of a Canada goose, battling headwinds on its long journey north. It is a spirit of quiet strength, of endurance, and of a deep, abiding peace that comes from being in the presence of something so much larger than oneself. This is the spirit of the North. This spirit has shaped the national character. It fosters a sense of humility and understanding that humanity is not always the dominant force. When faced with a blizzard that can shut down a city or a wilderness that stretches for thousands of kilometers, one learns a certain respect for nature's power. This can translate into a culture of cooperation and mutual support. The knowledge that surviving and thriving in this environment often requires helping one's neighbors. It is a pragmatism born from experience, a quiet competence that values action over words and community over individualism. It is also a spirit of wonder. To live in Canada is to be in a constant state of potential discovery. No matter how much you explore, there is always another valley, another island, another hidden lake just over the horizon. The country is simply too big to ever be fully known, and this fosters a powerful sense of curiosity. It is the feeling that drives a kayaker to explore a remote coastline, or a hiker to climb a new peak. It is the same wonder that keeps people awake late into the cold night, hoping for a glimpse of the Aurora Borealis as it paints the sky with its otherworldly, silent fire. This spirit is perhaps Canada's greatest yet most intangible offering. It is not something that can be captured in a photograph or bottled and sold. It must be experienced. It is the feeling of freedom that comes from standing on a shore and seeing nothing but water and sky. It is the sense of perspective gained from looking up at a mountain that has stood for millions of years. It is the peace that settles in the heart during a quiet paddle across a still lake at dawn. This spirit of the North is an invitation to slow down, to look closer, and to connect with the world in a more meaningful way. Our journey across Canada, from its thunderous icons to its silent hidden corners, reveals a country of profound depth and astonishing diversity. It is a land of epic stories written in rock and ice, and of quiet poems whispered by the wind in the prairie grass. We have seen how its landscapes have shaped its wildlife, its cities, and its people, creating a complex and beautiful tapestry of life. From the multicultural heartbeat of its urban centers to the ancient, enduring cultures of its indigenous peoples, Canada is a study in contrasts held together by a shared sense of place under a vast northern sky. This is more than just a place on a map. It is a living, breathing entity, constantly changing with the passing of the seasons and the slow, inexorable forces of geology. Its future, like the future of our planet, rests in our hands. The melting of the Arctic ice, the preservation of ancient forests, and the health of its great rivers are not just Canadian issues, they are global ones. The story of this land is a powerful reminder of both the resilience and the fragility of the natural world, and of our profound responsibility to act as its stewards, not just its inhabitants. It asks us to think beyond our own lifetimes and to secure this heritage for the generations yet to come. The true essence of Canada cannot be fully captured in words or images. It must be felt. It is in the cool mist of a waterfall on your face, the earthy smell of a forest after rain, and the immense silence of the tundra. It is in the warmth of a shared meal in a bustling city market, and the shared awe of watching the northern lights dance across the night sky. The greatest gift this land offers is an invitation to explore, to learn, and to connect. It encourages a sense of curiosity about the world around us and a deeper respect for the intricate web of life of which we are all a part. So let this be a starting point. Let the wonder you have seen inspire you to seek out your own discoveries, whether in the grand wilderness or in the small patch of nature in your own backyard. Let the stories of this land and its people encourage a spirit of respectful exploration, one that seeks to understand rather than simply to conquer. For in its vast horizons and its hidden details, Canada offers a timeless lesson that the world is a place of infinite beauty and wonder, waiting for those who are willing to look, to listen, and to feel. The journey is endless, and it begins with a single, curious step.